Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything, and I'm coming at you with another one of our State of the Unit addresses. And today is May 1st. May 1st, 2015. All right, so I'm going to make this quick and to the point. This video should be short, so I'm sure you'll all be happy about that. Okay, I only have a few bullet points, and here we go. Members. Number one. Membership engine, we have 26 members. You might notice that that's down from last month. And on the RSI site, we have 32 members. There is a discrepancy because some members on the engine site or on the RSI site are not on our engine site. Those might be people that have not been here in a while, and I've removed them from the engine site in the previous months, but I leave them on the RSI site. And that will be updated when we get closer to beta. All right, now something's disturbing. This is disturbing to me. We've had no sign-ups in April. April was barren. We didn't have one sign-up. Now, does that mean, are we out there bumping our threads? Maybe we're not. Are we recruiting at every opportunity? Like if we're talking to somebody in the game, are we telling them that we're recruiting? Are we using the forums, and in the forums maybe have a blurb in there that our unit is recruiting, so when other people read your forum posts, they might see that we're recruiting? Are you on other forums not related to, like Reddit? Where are you recruiting there? You know, so it's everyone's responsibility to put the word out that we are recruiting, not just our recruiter. Not just me. I mean, I do that every day. I probably post maybe two posts a day at various websites. I need some help. I need some help putting it out there. Now, maybe when the FPS hits, we'll get a bigger influx, but we can't rely on that. We can't rely on that. And do we want nothing but people that want FPS? No, we want a full variety of people. You know, so let's get it. Let's get recruiting. Let's let people know. Bump our threads every day, and don't bump it with just the word bump, because that's derogatory. What you should do is bump it with something like, "Wow, I had a great game last night," or "Did you see the new FPS trailer?" or you know, Around the Verse was really cool, or something. You know, something just, it can be nonsensical, but it needs to happen every day, or every quarter of a day, because we need to get, every few hours, we need to get that thread pushed to the top of the list every single day. So because how many people are joining Star Citizen? Thousands and hundreds of thousands of people are joining the ranks in Star Citizen, and we want to be one of those orgs that they consider. We don't have to necessarily be the one they choose, but at least let them know about us. Okay, that's over. Now, you notice our membership on the engine site went down by 1. Michelin, he has left the unit. He is no longer in the 1st Royal Aerospace Squadron. He is now on his own, making his own organization with his friends, his personal friends, which is perfectly great. I wish him a lot of luck, and I'm glad he mentioned it to me. He didn't just disappear. He actually told me he was leaving, I'm glad he showed me a little respect, and I appreciate that. And I wish him all the luck, and I hope him and his friends have a really good time. Now, what was I going to say? Now, he was our youngest member. He was in his 12, 13, 14, somewhere in that neighborhood. So now I don't think we have anyone in the unit that's less than 18. I think everybody's an adult. I think he was the only minor that we had in our group. Okay, and now he's no longer in the group. Now, promotions. Well, we didn't have really a promotion, but we did have an organization switch. Sherpain is no longer our recruiter. He's now our drill instructor. Okay, this happened about a month ago. So Sherpain's the drill instructor. He will be conducting trainings for BCTs, AITs, things like that as they come available and as we work out the details. So if you need some training done, you see SurePain online, make him know, let him know that you need some training done. It's the trainee's responsibility to get their training done, not the trainer. Okay, so make sure you get a hold of SurePain. If you have to send him a personal message, do that. Maybe coordinate a time when he can do a training with you. Okay, and we'll get to training in just a minute. All right, projects. These are projects that are being worked on for the squadron. There is one more I should probably add to my list. But let's the day in the life of the Royal Marine. That's already finished and out. That's a video you can see on YouTube. I put the link out a long time ago. A day in the life of the Royal Marine. Basically, that's going to let you know what we expect you to do when it comes to how you interact with our squadron, your squadron, when you log in, play, and then log out. Okay, so if you haven't seen that video, I strongly recommend you watching it. Okay, now I'm working on another video on how to role play in TeamSpeak. I know a lot of you aren't role players and you don't know how to role play, and this will help you learn how to role play. But also remember, role playing is not a requirement. You do not have to role play with us. There will be times and there will be people that want a lot of role playing, and that's great. We'll role play with them. But there's people that don't understand role playing or don't want to role play, or they'll slip out of character from time to time, and that's okay too. We're not going to be one of those organizations that say you have to role play at every 100% of the time, and if you ever stop role playing, we're going to kick you out of the organization. That's not what it is. There's some of us that really enjoy role playing. There's some of us that don't know how and probably wouldn't mind doing it, and that's what that video is for. And then there's others that know what it is but don't prefer to do it. So, and that's okay. We have everybody in the organization. And so I'm working on that. And the manuals, you know the manuals are being made, and a little bit at a time. And sometimes I'll start a manual, and halfway through writing it, I'll realize, oh wow, I really need to update this other manual. So I'll jump on this other manual and I'll write it. So when you go in and look at this manual, let's just say basic rifle marksmanship, you look at the manual and you go, oh, there's some information here, so it must be done. No, it's still a work in progress. They're all still a work in progress. If you come back a month later and check that manual, there might be some added materials, there might be some deleted, the pictures might have moved, who knows. I've been working on those. Haven't really worked on anything in the last week or so, but you can expect those manuals to gradually grow into life, okay? And so, yeah, check on those manuals daily or weekly or monthly or whatever, how you want it. Okay, now they're located on the Google Drive, so you can see them from anywhere. So no matter where you're at in the universe, you can pull up your web browser and you can log into them. Now, you can find the links on the unit website under the tab Manuals, amazingly enough. Okay. Filling the Void. Filling the Void, as you know, is my weekly podcast where I take a couple of co-hosts, one or two co-hosts, and we have a discussion where we talk about the deep subjects of Star Citizen. Not the surface subjects, not like, hey, FPS, blah, blah, blah. No, it's like, hey, this rifle shoots this, and in the FPS, can you do that? You know, so it's this. We answer the questions that are on people's minds that are not necessary, and we give our opinions and things like that. Okay, so that's what the show's about. But because I haven't had any co-hosts join me on the Filling the Void nights, I've just decided to go ahead and put Filling the Void on hold until more interest in the unit, let me rephrase, not interest, commitment to help me be a co-host. There's people that have said, yeah, I'll do, but then they don't show up. Or there's people that say, yeah, I'll definitely be there, don't show up. And then there's people that say, I would do it if I could, you know. So and then there's people that just say, screw you, I don't want to do it. But if I had committed co-hosts that would be there on every show, then I would do Filling the Void. Because if I set up Filling the Void and start a podcast and constantly tell the audience, well, we had 2 people scheduled, but they decided not to show up tonight, or I don't know where they're at, you know, they haven't logged in yet. That's not very professional, and it makes our squadron look like a bunch of bumpkins. So, and which we might be. But let's put that on hold until I can get a couple of people, 1 or 2 people that have committed that they would be there, and they'll be there 30 minutes early and help me get everything set up and understand understand the subject matter. Like, I'll put out a topic and then you won't know anything about it. You know, you'll just be shooting from the hip. Can't do that. We got to have people that are committed and are knowledgeable. All right, we're going to talk about training. For the month of April, we had no training. That's 0. Sherpain took over as the trainer for the month of April, and he has not conducted any training as far as I know. He was excited to be the instructor and to roll with it and be like the instructor in character and things like that, and I fully supported him for that. But he hasn't conducted any training, so I don't know what's going on there. I'm sure that once he gets his act in order, he'll go ahead and start training. And remember, it's not really the trainer's responsibility to get you the training. It is the trainee's responsibility. So you need to coordinate with Sherpain so we can get some training in. Also, don't worry about our training because right now the entire BCT is a work in progress, and we're not going to have it finished or finalized until beta releases. So, but any class that you take between now and beta will count as a course that you've taken in your BCT, but your BCTs won't start being required until beta. Okay. The only 2 BCTs we have available at this time is the unit intro and the basic flight. Now, with the tutorial coming out, I've already had a chance to fly the tutorial, and it pretty much covers almost everything that I cover in the in-game portion of our basic flight. So what we could do is shorten our classroom portion of the basic flight and then have everybody log into the tutorial and just play through the tutorial. Maybe we could do that. And then that would count as the in-game portion. Now, I understand that we would not have a trainer with them in the training, in their tutorial, but maybe we can maybe they'll have like a badge for finishing tutorial, or you can look at their profile and it shows that they've completed the tutorial, or if not, maybe we can just go in and test them after the tutorial or something. I don't know. We'll work on that. And then, okay, so now that was training. Now let's go to the unit news. By making up the manuals that you've seen on the website, I was able to save a lot of website space, so that was a success. We have quite a few modules available. Let me rephrase that. We have module space available to us, so if I ever need to like add a module to the website, I won't have to dig and delete another module. I can just add one. Okay. Star Citizen news that affects our squadron. Okay, this is a change from last month. Last month I said that the social module was going to be coming out first, where now I do believe the FPS module will come out before the social module, and then a few months after the FPS module comes out, we'll see the social module. And if you think that Arena Commander, or let me rephrase, if you think that Persistent Universe is going to come out anytime this year, I think you need to push it back a little bit, because we expected FPS in March. It's now not April, May, and it's still not out. So FPS will come out soon, probably hopefully this month, but it might not. It might not be till June, July. Who knows? So when that FPS module comes out, social module, months after that. So you're looking at August, October, November. And then the PU probably January, February, who knows? So what I'm just trying to say is be patient. When the FPS does come out, we're going to do a lot of first-person shooter training, working together. It's going to be new and exciting, and it's going to re-energize the squadron, and we're all going to get back into the game and start playing some first-person stuff. It might increase our recruiting, it might or might not, but when we train as a team, as a squadron, we're not going to be playing SATA ball. We're going to be playing head-to-head, player versus player in Gold Horizons, because we're going to be testing out the actual persistent universe combat system, not some game. Now, don't get me wrong. You guys can go play the football game or whatever, the SATA ball. What is it like? Rollerball meets grav ball. Okay. Yeah, there's a game in. Never mind. I'm not going to get into that. But there's this game in Traveler called Grav Ball. Guess what? SATA ball. Okay. What else? Oh, and if you're curious about Zero-G Combat and how it works, SATA ball is not Zero-G Combat. Hardly. So when we get into Gold Horizons and we deactivate the gravity generator and you go into Zero-G, that'll be Zero-G Combat. Because in SATA ball, what do you got? A little pistol, beep, 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 and you got a little tractor beam on it, pulls you in a closer little box. Whatever. When you're in Zero-G Combat, you're not going to have this little pistol going beep, 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 beep. No, you're going to have your rifle and everything else, your power armor. So Gold Horizons is where it's at. I understand that SATA ball is going to be fun as hell, but that's not squadron related. That's all I'm saying. That's not a squadron related thing. Okay, and then personal note before I end this. This is the last thing. If you haven't seen me online in quite a couple of weeks, it's probably because I've been madly assembling models and painting my Veritechs and my Destroids, and I'm just now getting ready to paint some. I'm still finishing off the Veritechs actually. That'll be done by tonight, and then I should go on into my Zentradi, and that should actually go by pretty quick. The Zentradi are just a couple of colors, and that's it. Okay, but I'm knocking those out because I'm going to be running a Robotech role-playing game down at our local store called Frontline Games. It's going to be on Saturday nights, and that's going to start on the 16th. So that's why I'm trying to get everything ready by the 16th. But Saturday nights I won't be on, unless it's late, or who knows. I'll be doing the role-playing game. Unless that flops, then we'll see. All right, and that was it. That was the State of the Unit address, and I'll see you on the hangar.